Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, it's your boy Vic Slain Hope. And I got another video for y'all. In this video, man, let me tell y'all how I got suspended from school. And when I'm talking about suspension from school, I'm not talking about in high school and middle school, right? This is in college. I got suspended in college because this woman lied on me. She told whoever she told that I was going to shoot up my classroom if I didn't pass the class. Like, you heard right. She told security or whoever she told them that I said I was going to shoot up my classroom if I didn't pass my class. Like, which was crazy. And like, I ended up getting suspended. But before I even get into that, I want to let you know like the backstory to that, right? So there was this girl in one of my classes. This is probably like a year prior, right, to this whole incident. There was this girl in my classroom, and I remember me and her was talking, and we got kind of cool, whatever. Like, we never did anything. We never linked in any type of way, nothing, right? And then so we was cool at first, and then out of nowhere, we was having a regular conversation through text one day, and then she just went crazy, like. And when I say crazy, it's like, you know how sometimes people misread something or misinterpret something that you said. So she went ballistic. She went like, and then she kind of like came back. She apologized, but how crazy that she went. You know how like sometimes there's a misunderstanding, and then like, oh, people just, they be like, they might take it wrong, but then it's like they don't go too far. I feel like she kind of like went too far, and this was a sign that I should have left this woman alone. Like, I should have never been dealing with her. When people show you certain things, especially early on, you gotta withdraw. You have to. That's why I tell you, avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. So anyway, one day we was talking or whatever, and she was telling me like how she felt like giving up. She had a daughter too, right? She was Caribbean too. All of these things kind of like go together, right? And then she was telling me one day how she felt like giving up, how life was hard, etc., etc., etc. Which is why I be telling a lot of people, like, a lot of these women with children, these baby moms be fronting, man. They be playing this game. But anyway, she was just telling me about how hard it was. She was confiding in me. A lot of people confide in me. They talk to me because I guess they feel comfortable, right? So she was telling me all of these things, and I'm trying to like, give her support. I'm trying to be there and be support and be like, I know times get hard. I'm not trying to invalidate what she feel, but I'm just trying to give her support. But we got to keep going. We got to do this. We got to do that. Things get better. The more we in a better situation, the more we get small victories from day to day. Blah blah blah. I'm just trying to be there for her, right, in a supportive way. Boom. Then there was another situation, right, where she kind of like, I don't know, like she used to be going into these moments, man, and she would just have these visceral outbursts, right? So she did that again one time, right? And then this time she told me some shit about like, I deserved to be in jail, that I needed to go back to jail. Like, she just went crazy, right? And after that, I was just like, I'm not talking to this woman. It's a wrap. She already did something the first time. She apologized. Then she went crazy talking about I deserve to be back in jail. Like, they should have never let me out. Like, she just used to, and I know y'all gonna be thinking that I did something crazy to her. Nah, bro. Like, some of these chicks, like, I don't know what the fuck be going on with them. Something be wrong with them though. Like, bro, I don't know. I don't know what disdain, what issue she had in the past. I don't know. Like, I literally, like, I'm still confused, right? But anyway, she went crazy on me, right? And I was like, all right, cool. Like, after that, I was like, you know what? We don't even gotta talk. Like, and the crazy thing is, I blocked her, and then she was writing me and calling me from different numbers. Like, this is how I knew she was really crazy. Mind you, I never slept with this woman. I never hung out. I never did anything, right? And matter of fact, I think we was having a conversation, and she tried to like, I feel like she insinuated that I wanted her, because she was saying something about, oh, we should hang out one day, whatever. And then I was like, yeah, we should hang out. And then but then she tried to like insinuate something like, not like that or whatever. And I said, like, who said I want you? Like, you know what I'm saying? I never said that, like, whatever. And I feel like from there, like, she just went crazy, like like went crazy. But anyway, so this is kind of like, so I stopped talking to her. I didn't deal with her, nothing, right? Like, I was like, I'm done with you. Fast forward like the next semester, we all like passed the class or whatever. So our friends, a few of our friends was like, yo, we gonna go hang out, we gonna go get some eats and drinks and stuff or whatever. So I was like, there was my man was like, yo, pull up. So I was like, all right, who going? So when he told me she was going, I was like, I'm not going. I was like, I'm good, I'm not going. So my missus like, come on, bro, like don't do that. I was like, nah, bro. Like she said I deserve to be in jail, bro. That I need to go back and all of this crazy shit. Like I was like, and I didn't even really do nothing to her, honestly, bro. So I was like, nah. All I tried to do was help her, support her, and then she going to these little things from time to time. Like I was like, I ain't got time for that, bro. I don't want to be around her. So he was telling me like, nah, come on, let's go. Anyway, all right, I decided to go. When we walking, it was just awkward because she was there, so I wasn't even really trying to be around her. So she came up to me. You know what I'm saying? She came up to me. She was like, "Yo, I just wanted to say I apologize. Like I know, like I wilded out. Like it was crazy. Like I should have never said a lot of the things that I said. I've been meaning to apologize. Then I couldn't work myself up to doing it. Like it's been it's hard for me to kind of like sometimes I admit that I'm wrong and blah blah blah. And I didn't know how you was gonna take it. So she was saying, she gave me like a whole little spiel while we was walking to the train. So I was like, sure. I was like, all right, cool. It's cool. It is what it is. She was like, nah, it's not cool. I was like, all right, okay. And that was that, right? I never really, I never called her again. I never exchanged numbers with her. Like I just kept her blocked. I kept her like I knew I learned my lesson. I'm not getting close to this chick ever again, right? But I was cordial with her because we still had classes. So the next semester comes. All of a sudden one day, like and again, I'm not even talking to these girls. This is the crazy thing. So one day, I'm in the hallway in the atrium. I'm getting signatures for the BSU, for the Black Student Union, which later on I became the president of it, right? So I'm getting signatures to start a club, a Black Student Union in college, right, on campus. And then one day, like I get a phone call to my cell phone from the security office, and they're like, "Can you come to the security office real quick?" So I'm just like, "The hell are they calling me for?" Like, right? So I'm thinking like, oh, maybe somebody gave my name as a witness to something. I'm like, I ain't witness shit. Like, sure, the vibes. Like, shit, I don't care if it's God. I ain't witness nothing, man. Like, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, I'm on campus. I'm coming. I leave my book bag with my mans and shit. So I go to the office. When I go to the office, it was like two cops there, right? Now I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, shit, I ain't do nothing, right? But the cops was in the office, like it was a big office with little offices in there, right? And the cops are like by some other office, so they told me to go in one room, like one of these rooms, right? Like so I go in the room, I'm sitting there, and then I'm like, I'm kind of like trying to figure out why the hell I'm here, like. So as I'm there, like the lady asked me, "Do you know why you're here?" I'm like, "No, y'all just called me to come here, like, or how would I know?" So she proceeds to tell me like, "All right, hold on." Then so I'm just sitting there waiting. So then mind you, she goes out the room, but they got like somebody standing by the door, like some regular security. Like it's almost like I can't go, basically. Like they got somebody by the door, behind me, like, and I'm just like, so I'm asking him, "Do you know why I'm here?" He was like, "Nah, they just told me to stay in here and watch you or whatever." So I'm just like, okay. So I'm sitting around. Then the head of security dude comes in the room and he goes, yeah, so you don't know why you're here? I'm like, no. So now they starting to get on my nerves, right? So now he brings up that somebody called him and said that I was gonna shoot up my classroom if I didn't pass my class. So I'm just like, hold on. You called me to the office because you got some hearsay information that somebody said I was gonna shoot up my classroom if I failed my class. I said, you do know that I don't failed a few classes before, right? So I said it in a joking manner because it was just like, are y'all dumb? Like, first of all, if somebody says something like that, like, wouldn't you take the time to look at my transcript and see that, like, oh, he failed a few classes? Like, what the fuck is this person talking about? You get what I'm saying? But I'm like, whatever. So I said that, and I'm just like, what the fuck? It wasn't until like the police came in the room and the police was sitting there, and then it was just like, I'm like, y'all really on me. Like the police is here for me. Like I was like, oh, y'all really think I said this shit? Like y'all really took somebody's word of mouth. And at first I didn't even know it was this chick, but then it dawned on me because like the 2 semesters ago, one time we was talking about the class that we was in at the time, and she asked me like, "Oh, how you think you did in the class, or how you think the class is going?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I think I said I better pass." I said, "Cause I did all my work." I was like, "If you don't pass me, man, I'm messing around and slapping." I was playing like and I started laughing or whatever. So that sounds familiar to what was said about me, right? That if I didn't pass my class, I was gonna shoot up my classroom. So when we was in the room talking, I'm like, bro, when the last black student shot up a classroom? So again, I'm still kind of like having this humorous thing, but I'm being dead ass. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's wrong with y'all? So, mind you, I'm on parole at the time. Do you know a hearsay like that could get the police to just run up in my house and search it, right? Just by somebody saying something about I said something about gun or I got a gun. Like, so she really like, so then I was like, yo, like this girl really like line me up like on some crazy shit, like with a threat. Like it was just crazy, man. So I started noticing that it was a woman too, because the police started asking me things like, why would somebody lie on you? And I'm like, bro, like I know mad people in college. Like anybody that knew me from school knows that, like, bro, like I was mad. I'm a social butterfly. Like everybody kind of knew me. Professors, faculty, like students, everybody knew me, right? So I'm kind of like, I don't know why would somebody lie on me. How would I know that? Like, I probably got some enemies. Obviously, if somebody's willing to lie about me, lie on me. So they was like, well, do you have any like clues who did it? Like, and I'm just like, nah, like I don't know. There was like, have you had any arguments as of recent? And I was just like, I had like one argument, but like, again, I didn't really. I'm not thinking about this girl because we on so-called good terms. Like this was like us like 2 semesters ago, right? Like a year ago. So I'm just like, nah, I don't have probably like an argument with one person. I have debates and difference of opinions, but I was like, I don't got no problems that I know with anybody. So then the police said something that was very, because police are dumb too. People are dumb, right? If you really listen to them, they give themselves up. So he asked me, do you have any girls that maybe like that, any problems with girls or whatever? He asked me, do you have any arguments with girls, or, maybe somebody like you and you don't like them? So when he said that, I was kind of like, he was basically insinuating it was a woman, right? So I put two and two together and I was just like, yo, like I was just so pissed off. That shit got me pissed off now, right? Like thinking about it, like, and at one point I even got this girl a dress. You know what I'm saying? At one point I even got this girl a dress, and I literally like the block needed to be spinned, right? Because it's like, yo, how can you be like making shit up like that about people? Like that shit is not fair. That shit is not right. And no consequences, bro. Like no consequences whatsoever. I was suspended. I was out of school for months, until like my hearing date, and they kept playing around with my hearing. Like it was just a lot of things that I went through because of this, and it was because of some scorned woman that I really didn't do nothing to, like on some real stuff. Like, and people, like, even when I found out later on, people was like, yo, you slept with this girl or something? And I was just like, no, like we didn't have nothing. I didn't sleep with her. It was just so crazy that she did this. So long story short, they was interrogating me in the room, and the police like, you wouldn't happen to have no guns, right? Like, nah, like yeah, like come on, what the fuck, man, like, so, and I'm just like, I'm on parole, like the whole thing I'm thinking about, like I'm just like, yo, this girl could have really jeopardized my shit all crazy, like police could have just ran up through my crib, they could have locked me up, I could have got, this is police contact, I could have got violated just off this contact because somebody made up something about me. Long story short, they end up escorting me out the building. They told me I couldn't come back to school till further notice. Shit was crazy, man. So I'm just thinking about this shit pissed me off, man, because that shit was so foul. All I really tried to do was help this chick, man, and she turned around and made some shit up on me. Like that shit is foul. So, they say that, man, hell has no fury like a woman scorned. So that's why I be telling you, brothers, be careful with some of these women out here that y'all dealing with. Same way I tell the sisters, be careful with some of these men, because some of these men are off the meters. They're wilding. There's been a spike in men shooting women in the last years. There's been a spike in women going to jail for violent crimes as they become more masculine. Like it's society is going into shambles, man. And I keep telling the brothers, be careful with these women out here that y'all dealing with, because when they're hurt, when they're a lot of them is coming with confusion, with traumatization. Like they're coming with a lot of issues into your life. And then any little thing that you might do or triggers that you might trigger them in certain ways, bro, could lead you to your destruction, bro. Like this chick literally lied on me. I'm glad I never slept with this woman. I'm glad we never even had nothing. Cause imagine if she would have lied on me about rape, bro. Like I ain't gonna hold you. She would have had to go. I'm sorry. I know that to y'all that shit sound crazy, but I don't. It's not okay for you to make up stuff and ruin people's lives and nothing happens to you. Nothing. That shit is not fair. That shit is not right. And I might be that motherfucking karma you need. Excuse my language, but that shit is not right. It's not right, man. It's not right. Shit is foul. So I'll be telling people, be careful, like brothers, on some real shit. This shit could have been way worse. This situation, it didn't get as crazy. It didn't get overhand. I mean, it didn't get out of hand. But be extremely careful because my situation could have been way worse about this woman that lied on me. It could have been way worse. So be careful. Peep the signs. For the first moments that she kind of like flipped, I was supposed to just go about my business. Pay attention to the signs of some of these people, man. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the signs. Women too, but I'm talking to the brothers right now. Pay attention to the signs, man. This chick could have messed up my whole life. I was out of school for months, man, because of this, because of a hearsay. So be careful about these chicks out here, man, because when they're hurt, when they're scorned, when they feel some type of way, man, they be out to destroy you. They be out to destroy you. Eventually, I ended up getting my hearing. At the hearing, they didn't even bring their witness. They didn't present their witness. They didn't present no evidence. They didn't present nothing. Like the shit was just crazy. I was out of school for months. By the time it was too late for me to sue them, because I didn't really know the proper steps to take early on. So it became too late for me to even issue Article 78, I think. Or it was just crazy, man. So I didn't even get no money. I could have got money out of it, but it was just crazy, man. They basically charged me with some terrorism shit. That was like my charge in the school. So I was charged with some terrorism shit. Then I went to the hearing. I got cleared up. Came back into school. They was trying to railroad me too. Like they ain't like everybody, the teachers, everybody in school was like, how the fuck they did this? Like how can somebody get away with this? Like a lot of people was outraged in school. It was crazy, man. But just learn from me, man. Learn from my mistakes. Sometimes you just be trying to be nice. Sometimes you just be trying to be caring. You know, you trying to be of some support to people that are too far gone. I keep telling y'all this. Don't feel bad for people, man. Because some people, they will ruin you. They will bring you down with them. They're in dark places. They leave them. Leave them. You can't help certain people. And when they show you the signs early on, you got to get skedaddle and get up out of there. Don't feel bad. Because a lot of times, that's how some women get men. They get us to feel bad for them. They come with this sob story. They come with this sorry stuff. And then they stick their claws in us, bro. They stick their claws in us and try to rip us apart, right? And men do it too, but I'm talking about women right now. So let me know what y'all thoughts are, man. This shit is crazy. But that's the story of my shit, man. And I got a whole bunch of stories of foul shit that women just try to do to me, right? Like, listen, man. I ain't got nothing against it, man. Like, I'm just smarter. They teach me the game. They teach me like, yo, you gotta watch certain people. You can't do certain things. You can't let them get you like this. You know, you learn from your mistakes. So I'm here, and wise people are able to learn from other people's mistakes. So yeah, man, that shit was just crazy, man. Be careful, guys. Be careful. These chicks are out here for some of these chicks are out here for blood. I'm telling you, some of these chicks are top tier misandrous. They out here for blood, homie. They out here for blood. I'm telling you right now, they out here for blood, and it's crazy how somebody could just say some shit and get you jammed up, bro. I thank the Lord I didn't have no type of sexual relations with this woman. Because I'm pretty sure she probably would have said some rape shit. Like, I could damn near guarantee. Like, if she would go to this extent to lie about this, imagine what else she would lie about. Yeah, man. May she get the worst. outcome that she could possibly get, because this shit was foul. But let me know what y'all thoughts are. Like, comment, subscribe, shit, and y'all be safe and beware and spot the signs, brothers. Peace.